Hey guys, and today I want to talk about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It is the quality of being present and aware of everything going on around you at any given moment. It frees you from distraction and judgment, if done properly. It makes you aware of your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. So you can train this moment to moment awareness through meditation. Now, admittedly, when I first heard of mindfulness and meditation, I didn't believe in it. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was a waste of my time. Because I was so overwhelmed with everything else going on in my life that I could not seem to focus on it. When I learned these concepts, it was in the fall semester of 2019. For me, that semester was a crazy one. I thought it was going to be a great one, but once it started, things just went downhill. I lost friends. Friends of mine started to betray me. I learned secrets that my friends were keeping from me that led me to great pains. And it was a semester that started off great, but drastically went downhill. And by the time we got to the mindfulness meditation part of positive psychology, the class I was in, I wasn't in the headspace for it originally. But due to this terrible situation I was in, all of those situations piling up on me, piling up, making me feel like I just couldn't hold it up anymore. I was able to persevere eventually, but in that time when I was practicing mindfulness, I was going about it all wrong. I was going about it with a judgmental look at it. And what was problematic about that particular look is that the awareness part of it makes you monitor your experience it. But without being able to accept it and being judgmental instead of accepting, it left me with no real attempt to change or avoid anything that pops up in my mind. It was making it to where I was unable to get the benefits from being mindful. It led me to have an even more poor emotional outcome, leading me to more depression, anxiety, and emotional instability. I was becoming more aware of all the problems in my life, problems I usually just ignore or push off, and it was making me feel overwhelmed. I was becoming more stressed and depressed, and this was having an adverse on my overall mental health due to this increase in awareness of what was going on around me. But I'm happy to say that I was able to learn to accept what was going on and accept my newfound awareness. And instead of only looking at the bad, I was able to look at the good too. There were good things going on in my life still. I was still passing my courses. I was still given the opportunity to be in college, on scholarship, and in the honors program. I was able to look at both all the bad in my life and all the good. And when I came to accept that I couldn't change some of the bad, I also came to realize there were ways I could go about calming down, I learned I could just go outside when I needed a break, listen to the wind, calm down, take some breaths, and release all those anger, feelings of inadequacies that I have deep rooted inside of me. I realized that meditation was actually not just crazy talk, it was important and it helped me. I realized that being more mindful and aware of what was going on around me wasn't just detrimental to me, it could be beneficial. I realized through the observation and more awareness patterns, and I realized who I needed to leave out of my life and who I needed in my life more. And being the person that I am, I know everybody's good at heart. So I gave people the opportunity to change. And I want to be there to help them change if they need me. But if they were going to only be detrimental and put me down more and more, then I could not have them in my life. And that's one of the benefits I've gotten from being more mindful. It might have been detrimental for a little bit, but it became so beneficial and so worthwhile. there are many other benefits I noticed. I realized I could control my temper more, and my depression, my anxieties, and even helped me eventually lower my stress. And the way it did that was because once I became aware and able to accept what was going on in my life, I was able to understand myself more, identify problems, and go about doing what I could to distance from them. And then in return, I was able to sleep better. I had lower blood pressure than I did before. And due to me no longer stress eating or, just overeating in general, and being more aware of what triggers me to eat when I'm not hungry, I was able to even start to lose some of that weight I was putting on in that semester. It overall made me a better person. I was able to increase my focus, and while my grades were slowly falling over the course of that semester, after all, let's remember, I was having social problems. My friends were betraying me and stabbing me in the back. I was having problems with my family. I was having problems with just about every aspect of my life that was personal and important to me besides my academics. And those problems were carrying into my academics because I was having less time to do what I needed to do. One of my closest friends had gotten themselves into a terrible situation, and I wanted more than anything to be able to help. I really did. I wanted to be there for them. They were pushing me away until it was too late. And by the time I was able to get involved, oh, it led to the last time I'd ever see that friend. Or at least for a great while. But due to my newfound mindfulness and meditation in a great deal of time, I was able to, push on. I was able to look at the good things I still had in my life instead of just the bad things that were going on. And that was the problem, really. Before I found mindfulness, and even when I initially found it, I was only able to focus on the bad things in life. It was like there weren't any good things. I couldn't see the positives. I mean, that fall 2019, I became homecoming prince. I mean, give me a second. I'll be right back. I mean, amongst the chaos, I was crowned homecoming prince. Crown's too small for my head, but it fits mostly. I became homecoming prince. I got my crown. As my metaphorical crown had fallen, I was recognized. And what they told me when I was presented this crown is when they asked the students what they had thought of me. And what I meant was they told me I was a ray of hope to them. I showed them many things. I showed them that with hard work and dedication, they could accomplish their goals. I showed them that good people don't always lose. And I showed them the right path. I always followed the rules. I did everything I was supposed to do. But more importantly than all of those things, I was there for other people, no matter what was going on in my life, no matter what kind of stress I was under, no matter what responsibilities I had. I always made time to be there for others. If I saw somebody crying as I was walking to class, I would stop and I would be like, hey, what's wrong? And all of that despite my social anxiety, all of that despite all my own problems, I'll always put other people first. It was just an overwhelming amount of positive things and impacts I wasn't even realizing I was having on the community that earned me this crown. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. But people probably didn't know. But I needed to hear that stuff more than ever when I finally was given this crown. When I ran for homecoming court, when I was nominated, I honestly thought it was, nothing I could win. Thought it was just something I would do to show the other people that you don't have to be a stereotypical popular kid, you can win for being true to yourself. That's what I did. But now that we've gotten off track of our main video, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on and watching. And say have a great day, evening, or night. Peace out, everybody.